All right. Welcome, everybody, to yet another TikTok Trash Tuesday. And, of course, the second I start, everything falls apart. That's how it tends to work. But, yes, we are back here at yet another TikTok Trash Tuesday. Welcome. I've got a show for you this week. I don't know how good it's going to be because I don't watch these things ahead of time. I don't. I just kind of I scroll through TikTok and I go, what's movie related? Watch a couple of seconds. These glasses are like really the worst, aren't they? They're just crooked as all hell. It's bad news over here. Yeah, I only watch a couple of seconds of the TikTok and then I save it and then I bring it back here for Tuesday evenings for TikTok Trash Tuesday, where we just talk a whole bunch of crap. I have myself a little eggnog. We are in the festive season here and everything. I have this. It's Kirkland brand eggnog, and let me tell you something. Got a little bit of a kick to it. Not gonna lie. So this will probably get me hammered over the course of this TikTok Trash Tuesday. So things may get interesting as things go on. So here's to you. That's what this isn't milk; it's eggnog. So it's different. Come on. Of course, we want to take a quick second out here, stop all this background music and everything, and thank the lovely, amazing, tremendous people that support this show over at patreon.com/HMP. The dirty babies out there, we love you guys so much. Week after week, month after month, and year after year, you guys have continued to support this program and all the shenanigans with which we do on a regular basis. So I do want to thank all of those fine people over at patreon.com/HMP. Pre-show, post-show, dinger zone, all that kind of good stuff. We really appreciate it and love all of those beautiful, beautiful dirty babies over there at the Patreon. And Sunday evenings, if you're new to this program, Sunday evenings, we do our regular movie review. We've been doing, is this a Christmas movie? The entire month here and everything. And next week, for the week of Christmas, we are reviewing Gremlins. That's right, the 1984, we'll call it, it's monster movie. They're little monsters, right? That kind of counts for something. But yeah, man, we're excited to be talking about Gremlins. It's one of the classics for a reason. So we'll be excited about that. And we hope you hang out live in the chat Sunday evenings at 8 p.m. Eastern while we do all that bull crap. So appreciate you there. All right. As I said previously, it is. Oh, wait, one more plug. Because why not? I don't know. Go to a Patreon or go to our T Public there, man, and everything. We've got a whole bunch of HMP merchandise. Everything from your regular HMP stuff to Sean Loves Spaceships, Zombie Bruce. You can even get Summertime Bruce, which is just Bruce is the copper tone baby. But instead of a dog, it's a raccoon, and he's going bananas. So yeah, check that out over at Patreon or over at T Public there, and we thank T Public for giving me $1 every time somebody occasionally buys a T-shirt, and that's what got me back into it again. Honestly, was just kind of the going, oh yeah, someone bought like a Kingpin T-shirt, and I was like, oh wow, oh somebody bought it. Oh right, we still have this thing that's open that can sell some things. So I figure, hey, let's make some new merch and share them out with you, fine folks. And if nothing else, Bruce will buy the ones with his picture on them. So, that's your sale right there, which I think is mighty smart. And if you are the coolest of dirty babies, why don't you hit that super chat button there and drop some Fortress Bucks, as we call them around here. Bronson needs to eat, and we really appreciate it. He says, get to the TikToks. I had to punch you right in the face, my friend. All right, so fine. We'll get right to the TikToks. He's like, I'm tired of the plugs. Stop plugging stuff. Start plugging the airwaves with some friggin' TikToks. Well, you got it, buddy boy. Come on, let's get to the right. There we go. It is TikTok Trash Tuesday. Let's go.
Goodfellas. You've seen Goodfellas, right?
POV. That one friend that hasn't watched anything. Uh-oh.
No. Wow. Okay. Classic slip by everybody. Pulp Fiction. You've seen that? No. Wow. Let's see. Oh, okay. You've seen Oppenheimer, right?
I saw Barbie.
Barbie was a good one. I enjoyed that film. It was a good movie for me to watch.
Are you kidding me, man? Cillian Murphy.
He won the Oscar. Do you want to be an actor?
Did he win the Oscar for that? I don't know. Because we've been doing HMP on Sundays and everything, I haven't watched the Oscars proper in a very long time, so I wouldn't know. And what did he get the Oscar for? Staring at stuff? I guess that's better than old what's his nut there. Rami Malek getting he got an Oscar for lip syncing to music, everybody. That's how bad that was. Rami Malek, they were like, hey, he lip synced to that movie real good. You know what? Oscar. I've never seen anyone more of he's like an alien. He's like a little alien, isn't he? How he keeps getting work, I don't know. Outside of being like the weird little alien kid. Like he should be having the career that Dave DeSmulchin's having, right? Where it's just like small little kind of, bitty parts and stuff like that, where he comes in, makes a big giant impression, then just kind of leaves out. Or if he does star in something like, what do you call it? Late Night with the Devil or something like that. It's low budget. He's not opening big names and stuff like that.
You won an Oscar? I mean, you got to watch movies. Jesus.
Now, here's what I'm going to say about this situation, though. If you get in this situation where your buddy hasn't seen a classic film or something, use that as an excuse to say, we are stopping what we're doing right now, and we are fixing this problem. You have a problem that is called not seeing one of the best movies of all time. How in the hell do you not stop in that exact moment and say, we got to get our shit together here, boys? Homie has not seen this movie. We got to do it. And I have a friend of mine. I kid you not. He's my age. He's like 43, early 40s. And he has not seen Goodfellas. Like the man has seen, and he's a guy who works in the film industry and stuff. He has a very, very broad knowledge of film, has seen a lot of stuff. I know the man has a wide, crazy variety taste in films. And to just go, I've never seen Goodfellas. It's like, how on earth do we get to this point? But And I was like, at this point, though, you need to see it on the big screen. If you've never seen it before, see it on the big screen as the first time you see it. I don't know, man. It's just, I feel like you got to just stop things right there and be like, bro, we got to watch this movie right away.
Seriously, man. Okay. Have you seen The Social Network?
Listen, I like The Social Network. I'm a big fan of it. I bought the soundtrack on CD and everything. Let's not, I mean, and I'm a huge Fincher fan, but even I wouldn't be like a Social Network. Come on, bro.
I haven't seen it.
What do you watch?
Dancing with the Stars.
Listen, man, some people ain't movie people, and you know what? That's a-okay. But if they claim that they're movie fans and then they just go, I just watched Dancing with the Stars, then maybe they're just liars. Just let them be, man. People that don't like things that like, what I have definitely learned over the years is we got to stop trying to convert the unconvertible. You know what I'm saying? If they're too dumb to be able to catch on, just leave them be.
I made this portable subwoofer system for survival purposes, or really anywhere where you need extreme bass.
First of all, I want everybody to know right now that this headgear he's wearing, that's an actual thing. That's an actual set of, hi-fi headphones. That square looking box that is on his head. People have sold that and be like, that's our product. Nope, that's the product. That's the product we're putting out. You slap your name on it. Now this subwoofer chest he's doing is pretty awesome, but the headset, that's real.
On the go. It consists of a 12-inch subwoofer driver pointed toward the body, a 12-inch passive radiator pointed toward the enemy,
the passive radiators towards the enemy? I don't know that this is the smartest, but okay.
100-watt amplifier, on-off switch, input for your source, output for your headphones, 24-volt high-power rechargeable replaceable
Ooh, now that is smarter than I suspected.
battery, a very soft and comfortable chest pad pressed against the chest.
Well, you got to have that.
An aluminum crafted chest pad mount for the ultimate in durability.
Ultimate durability, and it's aluminum. I don't know that those are things that match up together. But all right, Mr. Headphones, I'll take your word for it.
A 4-point harness for adjustable fit.
Not a 5-point, huh? What's your groin gonna do? Think about that for a minute.
The way you start the music is you simply put in the battery,
You soldering shit.
turn on the switch, and let her rip. You gotta handle with care, because this guy's serious.
And look where it's at. Diabolical.
What's that, geek?
This geek, as you so fondly put it, is getting an A+ average in math and might be available to help you regain an acceptable grade point average in the same subject.
So, what you're saying is that if I help give you some basketball pointers, you would give me some math pointers?
Yeah, that's about it.
You got a deal. We start after school.
Why did I save that? Does anybody know? Could anyone put together a guess? I don't know what that was supposed to be. I guess I thought it might be funny. It wasn't overly funny. It wasn't wildly unfunny. I'm very confused as to what that is. Happy Tuesday to you, Matt. Let's roll. All right, what's next? Eggnog.
I hate the quality of streaming. We should get a Blu-ray player and watch all our movies that way.
Yes. Yes, you should. Yes, you should.
I mean, okay, I guess.
Spencer, what are those?
Blu-rays, 4Ks, so many bonus features, so many director's cuts, and they're all mine.
Yeah, do be like that though, you know. Listen, I'm not gonna sit there and lie to you guys. There's been many a DVD that I've bought that have yet to cross that player threshold to where I actually watch it and everything. It's a shame, you know.
And by the way, babe, we're gonna have to move out. I can't afford rent.
Also fair. He needed to have more boutique labels in there for that to for that one to really hit home. You know, he should have some Criterion, some Umbrella, some Arrow Video and stuff in there just to really pad out the kind of the amount of money you'd be spending.
Here's a 6-pack of 90s movies that I don't think get talked about enough. Y'all.
Oh, good old Cuss Creep. Cuss Creep, by the way, got a big old shout out from Patton Oswalt himself. So I thought that was pretty cool. Pretty cool, man. And like, but even cooler, Cuss Creep here played it off like it didn't mean shit. That's also how you do it. It's like, that's fine. I don't care. Good for him. He's a good enough guy. Whatever, that's fine. He played it just right.
I should check him out. This is about a white soldier getting sent to a military prison with all black inmates. Charlie Sheen plays that inmate, and his father Martin is the villain, but he doesn't play Charlie's father, and you quickly forget that they're related.
That doesn't sound like a horrible. I'm kind of on this board. All right.
Their performances are so good. The whole cast is great. Lawrence Fishburne, Michael Beach. All the inmates had compelling, heartbreaking stories, and most of them will piss you off. Next, pump up the volume. Christian Slater plays a super introvert who becomes the most popular radio personality in town.
And that's just because everybody thought Jack Nicholson was on the radio. That's right, everybody. He's just been doing Jack Nicholson his entire career. Well, I just, there's a little bit of this. It's kind of light and heavy and stuff like that. But when you do it, you know that it's Jack. And we're going to hear some Jack talk later, I think. Or maybe that's just a TikTok I saw and didn't end up saving. That was Kevin Pollak doing a Jack Nicholson impression. Hi, dog. All right, Bronson wants a pet. All right, let's play. What's Cuss talking?
But nobody knows who he really is. I kind of resonated with this shit because I'm also an introvert, but I control the editing, the camera, when it goes on and off. I control every fucking thing, and I can get the hell away from y'all whenever I feel like it. Next.
And then most people need to learn that about the internet itself. Is like, if you don't like what's going on, guess what? You can control the internet. You don't have to be on it. Get on off. Touch some grass, as they say.
Next up, New Jersey Drive. This is a semi-coming-of-age, mostly crime drama. I love the camera shots in this movie. Sometimes I just rewind some of them and just marvel at them shits. I love the score. It starts off with a West Coast song, but it blends in perfectly. Love the performances. I thought Gabriel Cassius was gonna be huge after this. The Substitute. This got a switch up in it that I thought was executed seamlessly. It started off like it was gonna be Tom Berenger on some Save the Hood type shit, but it turned into a pretty good action movie. Ernie Hudson in here, he was great as usual.
Man, and old Ernie Hudson, man, talk about a black that don't crack. That guy is still he looked just like that today. You had 5 more gray hairs on his head. He looked exactly like that. I mean, the man has just stopped time. It's amazing.
They made 3 sequels to this shit without Tom Berenger. I never saw him, but they.
Yeah, no, who would? You get rid of Tom Berenger? What's the point?
It looked like they straight to DVD. Next.
Oh, they were to straight. Most of them were straight to VHS, but yes.
Hanging with the homeboys. This is a coming-of-age comedy, and it actually feels like you hanging out with these.
I also want to say that this is why that you should follow creators who are different, have different, life experiences and stuff that you do, because they could turn you on to some stuff that you don't know about, man. To me, that's pretty cool. I've never heard of this movie my entire life, but now because you reach outside the aisle to somebody that might have had some different cinema experiences as you, and you can learn a little something. I like that.
These 4 goofy mother, and some of this has a lot of heart, especially John Leguizamo's character. And I know this.
Oh boy, John Leguizamo, don't get me started.
Cover is trash, but the movie ain't. Last up, Defending Your Life.
It hasn't moved from last week. It's right here. Hold on. Oh, I still have it. I still have it here. So Cuss Creep, real fan.
And here, when you die, they show you clips of your life, and you got to defend why you made the decisions you made. If they like what they hear, you go to heaven. If they don't, get your ass back to earth. I kind of wish this was a show, because I think there's a lot more that could be done here.
I feel like that was a show at some point, like to a degree. I don't know any. I don't watch television. What can I say?
For the week, Never a Surprise by Overlord Scooch, streaming everywhere.
I missed the last part. I'm sorry. All right, what's next?
First off.
Okay, this is the Wiener Circle And I believe it's Chicago is the Wiener Circle. And look who it is there in the back. Mr. John C. Riley. What is he doing in here? And how much are they going to rip this man apart? Because I don't know what you know about the Wiener Circle. But the gag is you go to the Wiener Circle and everyone is a piece of garbage to the other people. They are bad. They are terrible people to you. You can be a terrible person to them. It's everybody calling everyone every name in the book. It is gross. It is mean. It is offensive. And it's a draw. People go to it, man. They want to check it out. They're like, oh, yeah. All right, cool. Yeah. Have a group of people just call me a piece of shit to my face. Okay.
Pussy, why would you whisper?
We got it. And
I'm trying to like set him up, you know.
You try, hey, set him up.
chocolate shake.
He already losing hair at the top.
Now, what y'all want to eat?
And we get
I'd like 2 Chicago dogs.
They cut it out before they're just like, Chicago dog, you mother. All right, what's next?
Girls were playing Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo, and Bubblegum in a dish at recess. What exactly were the men doing?
Who is this true for? This is 1,000% exactly what we did during recess. I mean, it's not even like we often didn't have masks or anything, but save for that, exact same. I've yet to get the brand new Arrow video Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle 4K collection. I hear the most fabulous of things. So I'm going to be needing to get on to that. I was just at my comics shop, and one of my friends who works there gifted us some movies that I received. Encino Man. Ooh, let me tell you, I've seen Encino Man so many times, you would be flabbergasted at the number of times I've seen Encino Man. This says a lot about me. I was jealous of the group of guys who got Captain Ron and Surf Ninjas. Good old Surf Ninjas. What's that?
Hey, why can't we have an alien movie like E.T. come in real life? Remember E.T.? I was just thinking about Spielberg, that guy. Always something with aliens.
Wait, what's he talking about? Hey, you ever see that E.T.? You know? What if that was like real, man? What are you talking about?
Right? Him and that George Lucas guy. E.T. Remember that movie? Yoda.
Bobby Lee's like, what the hell's going on here?
Yoda was in it.
Dude, we were no.
Yoda's not in it.
We were on the brink.
And now, guess what? We have to acknowledge it.
Yep.
That's the sad part.
Yeah, hold on.
You're talking about Steven Spielberg, so he made E.T. too. So
moments so long ago.
Yeah, but the whole thing is Yoda's in E.T.
Yeah, look it up.
You want me to type in Yoda? E.T.
In E.T.
Yeah, Yoda's in E.T. Of course he is. He's in the trick-or-treating scene, you know? We see it through the eyes of the ghost sheet that is over E.T. Boop, 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 boop. And he sees Yoda, and he goes, home, home, home. It's a funny little inside joke. From buddies.
Yeah. So what? But your question was, what if E.T. was real?
Yeah, let's make that a real thing.
Yeah.
No. I'm just saying, let's make E.T. real. How does one go about making E.T. real, sir? Explain, please.
They're just
Yoda
two
and
photos
E.T.
spliced together.
No, look it up.
Yeah.
I've seen E.T.
Yeah, do one Yoda, E.T., and Jane Goodall.
No.
If we're gonna do it, let's do it.
No, Yoda's in E.T. I've seen that movie so many.
No. So yeah, like I said, he's right. He's. I think the way he speaks is like bizarre. So like you just kind of are going like, what are you saying now?
Many times.
Okay, is Yoda in the movie E.T.?
Yeah,
he is.
Okay, let me see. Let me see the photo.
It's a kid in a costume. Yeah, there he is.
Oh yeah, he was a costume.
Yeah,
I love E.T.
Yeah, so technically you're right.
Yeah, I love it. He's cool.
Right.
Yeah, listen, it is. He wasn't like, no, it wasn't Frank Oz puppeteering a Yoda in E.T. That was not what we're talking about. Come on now. I think a lot of people on the internet play some really stupid, like, boy, I didn't know nothing about nothing. But I do love Encino, man. I'm gonna get some wheeze. I'm gonna wheeze some juice tonight. Oh, that's just, wheezing the juice, baby. Man, Pauly Shore had like a wild and weird kind of stranglehold on my childhood in a weird way. It was because of like movies like Encino Man that like me and my buddy Matt would drive their bikes. We got on bikes and would this was like middle school, which was a big deal because you'd have to bike like 4 miles down to the convenience store there and everything, and that was you usually did not go outside of the the neighborhood there or anything else like that, and that's just kind of going down a road. But but we went to the convenience store because of Encino Man, quite frankly. And then Pauly Shore was the buddy in the Goofy movie, right? You remember that? And for whatever reason, for a hot second there, I would be doing like whatever the hell that character's name was. And I brought a straw to drink out of the drinking fountain with, because that's what that cat did in the movie. Pauly Shore had a weird effect on us, man. What can I say? Wheezing the juice.
If you don't watch silent films or films in black and white or films that are too old, I do not respect your opinion on any movie at all.
I agree with this. Unpopular opinion, but I agree with this. If you cannot enjoy older cinema, if you cannot enjoy older things, you're kind of broken in a weird way. And you're kind of, because it's like you're not open to new opportunities. You're not open to new ideas. You're very closed off in your thinking, and you're like, this is the only thing that I can like. Is it old? Is it different? I can't stand behind any of this. That's a ridiculous thing to think. But I do think that there's a lot of people who have that stupid mentality of just like, oh, this is in black and white, I'm not going to watch this. Because it's in black and white? There are some unbelievably good movies that are in black and white, and you wouldn't like, but I don't know. It's just like saying that, oh, I wouldn't watch a drama or something like that. I mean, it's almost that level.
Doesn't matter what it is, I do not respect your opinion. If you're not willing to watch foreign cinema, if you're not willing to watch older...
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that you got to go and watch everything. I'm not saying that you have to be well-versed in everything. But like, for example, if you haven't seen some of the, kind of big chugging all-star classics of cinema, you do need to maybe like, I don't know, just try to educate yourself a little bit. I mean, it sounds kind of mean, but it is true. You just need to figure it out and be like, hey, I haven't seen X, Y, and Z. If you haven't seen The Godfather and you're in your 30s, get your shit together. Get it together. Spend 2.5 hours and have one of the greatest moments of your life, and then go up to everybody and be like, oh my God, I just saw The Godfather. This movie's amazing. And everyone's going to look at you and be like, no shit.
Film.
And the same things. I mean, like, look at that. I got a Modern Times poster in the background here. There's that one's High Noon, right? What's the other one? We got Alien and the George Powell War of the Worlds. I like the old stuff. I like old stuff. I like the new stuff. But you do need to, learn from where things came from so you can appreciate where things are now. Or conversely, where you can watch things now and be like, God, we had it so much better. What has happened to our world?
I can do a couple hundred of these. I never tried talking and doing this. It's not hard at all. And then I do these. It helps a lot for your the side, right here. You don't get those. What do they call them?
Muffin top.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll talk about it here in a second. But our good friend Dick Van Dyke hit 100 years old. I had my fingers crossed because I was like, Lord knows they're going to try to take him at the last possible second here just where he can hit those triple digits. But he did. Old Dick Van Dyke hit 100 years old. And man, oh man, talk about an American treasure, this guy. Take a moment. If you haven't, go read his book. He's got a book out and everything. It is pretty awesome. You get to learn a bit about his life and everything, and how he just seems like a pretty decent kind of guy and whatnot. And I think to a decent enough degree, it's enough good living that he's kind of going with here.
I never heard that. And then the other thing is, you get up in age and you can't do this. Your feet and legs won't do it.
And they won't let you call it Indian style anymore. It's crisscross applesauce. Makes you sound like you got a weird lisp. Excuse me, you need to be saying crisscross applesauce right now.
And I had to work at it, no kidding. And they have to reach out as far as you can.
Oh, yes. He needs to get a role as Scrooge. Brother. Brilliant. Brilliant. And he would absolutely murder it. He could be Scrooge because you could see him kind of do a little bubble up there, a little boiling and stuff and whatnot, getting mad at everybody. You can see him being able to put on the fear of, kind of seeing the mortality of his life and everything, in front of him and whatnot. And the joy that it would bring when he would, see the error of his ways and everything and come back, boy, what day is it? Kind of stuff like that. That's a fantastic idea. Fantastic idea. And boy, oh boy, who's going to direct that? Who would direct something along those lines? I'm going to put, I might think Robert Zemeckis, just because, like, if old Dick Van Dyke is because he's already he's already done he's already done it, so we know he can do it pretty well. But then to do it with Dick Van Dyke, or maybe we need somebody else. I don't know.
So all you old guys out there, listen to me. I'm telling you.
I will.
You can keep going for a long. I'm still dancing and singing. Anyone have any questions?
Look at how good he looks, man. God, if we could all look that good at 100 years old, or 70 years old, to look and sound that good, well, maybe 80 years old. He looks a little, he's a little worse for wear than 70, maybe in the 80s plus.
Are you going to do like a Jane Fonda exercise video?
Jane Fonda.
Shaking his ass, talking about how Vietnam's a bunch of bullshit.
Geriatric set?
I learned something from her. I fell during a stunt and tore this clavicle clear off.
Ooh.
And Jane called me. She said she fell off a horse and broke it. She says, do not put a screw in there, because then you can't lift your arm. So I took her advice, and no problem at all. That's the only time I ever hurt myself doing a stunt.
What do you eat in the morning?
What do I eat in the morning?
Yeah.
Berries.
Bran flakes and blueberries.
Oh, told you. If you'd have said guess one more thing, I would have probably put some sort of brand thing in there. I don't know why I knew that, but I fucking knew.
So very healthy.
Yeah, it is.
I'm
I used to be 6'1". I'm now 5'9".
I wonder if that's true.
I think from too many pratfalls.
What a great sense of humor still.
But I'm looking forward to 100. George Burns made it, and I'm going to do it too.
He did. God bless him. Fantastic. What an American icon and a hero. Holy cow. Why do you put this in front of me, MBD? What are you doing? Satoshi Kon, do we really want him attempting another British accent? I don't give a shit. Dick Van Dyke, I mean, is that what you meant? I started another comment and then forgot. Been there.
But we can complain about theater etiquette all day, every day.
I can and I do. Thank you very much. As a matter of fact,
just fine. I'm an AMC A-list warrior. I see.
Oh man, let me tell you something real fast before we get into this video. So I went to the AMC that I hadn't been to in quite some time to go see Kill Bill: The Whole Bloody Affair, because it was one of the ones that was playing it at the time that I kind of needed and wanted it to be to flow with the rest of the day here and everything. So I was like, all right, let's kick it down. And now AMC has been a movie theater for, I'm going to call it almost 30 years at this point. I remember it opening and everything. It was a big to-do. It was the theater that people would go to in the Charlotte region for a very long time. It was kind of like that, South Charlotte mainstay there and everything. And they upgraded a few years ago. They're a whole decor and everything, upgraded the seats and all that kind of jazz. And even then, like 3 to 5 years later, it's deteriorating. It's dying. The South Charlotte still got just a kind of a crap vibe to it going on now. Like before this, the last time I was at AMC, I left out at like 10 o'clock in the evening. And as I was walking to the car with the people that, I was in the theater with them, we just all were kind of leaving at the same time. And as we walk out the door there, pop, 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 we hear gunshots. And we're like, let's go back into the theater for a couple of minutes. So, we had to go back in and wait a couple of minutes. And then we all ran to our car just, in hopes and fears that, we wouldn't be caught by a bullet or anything, and then just left. So you can imagine that I don't want to go to an AMC and be an A-list member much anymore these days.
3 or 4 movies a week. Trust me, like it's in the toilet. Theater etiquette is in the toilet.
Amen. It is the worst it's ever been. And this comes from a guy who used to be a manager of a movie theater. It was bad there, but at least with my theater, because we had the restaurant and a movie theater together in one, at least because we had that, people were occupied a little bit more than they normally would be. They're a little less on their phones and a little bit more stuff in their face and stuff.
But what's even worse is, from my experience, it seems like pretty much every theater outside of maybe like the Alamos, every theater refuses to enforce these rules or do anything about people.
That was one thing that at least I did. That was one thing that I for sure did in my theater as a manager and stuff. Is people would be like, hey, Adam, you got to get this person out of here. And listen, no amount of a lie, there's some joy that I got out of it. I did get some joy out of kicking people out of the movie theaters and stuff. For example, I was working kind of the back bar that night and everything, pretty busy and whatnot. And this gentleman comes out and he's like, there is a woman. I'm in watching A Star Is Born, and there are these 2 old women that are in the back. They are drunk off their asses, and they are. And this woman hit me because I was like, hey, you need to stop. You need to be quiet. They were like, we're not going to be blah 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 blah. And this woman hit me. So they were like, Adam, you got to get these old ladies out of here. So I go into the theater. We're talking 3/4 of the way into A Star Is Born here. There's a concert scene going on, and I've got to go all the way to the back of the theater and look 2 60-year-old women in the face and be like, you've got to go. And they are just drunk as all hell, just going, we can't be here. We just here to do nothing. And then you just got to do basically drag them out of the theater and try to convince them that hey, you can't hit other people. That's kind of a rule around here. People are nuts, dude. Not everybody does nothing about it. Some places will do something about it. But yeah, a lot of people don't care.
Behaving badly. And I hate to sound like your grandpa, but
you do look like him with the bald head and whatnot.
You have to enforce the rules. Actions have to have consequences.
Yep. If people don't think that something bad could happen to them, they're going to do whatever they want to do. If your actions don't have consequences, then you do whatever you want, right? Of course you do.
Of course people are running around acting like this. Why would they not? There's no consequences to their actions. Perfect example. And this is just one of many. This is just the most recent one I had. I went to go see a movie, and there's a handful of us in there, kind of nobody together, just scattered about.
Bunch of misfits.
And then right as the movie's about to start, maybe a group of 5 or 6, I want to say, walk in, and they are loud.
Oh, fuck. Isn't that the worst? Where you're just like, all right, seems like everything's going to be fine. And then you're like, shoot me.
Loud and annoying the entire time. So somebody stands up, goes and tells an usher. Security comes in, watches them behaving this way in the middle of the movie, and then just walks out and does nothing. And we're all like, what the fuck? So they keep going. A few minutes later, somebody else goes out. Security comes in, sees them behaving that way, walks back out and does nothing. And we're like, what the hell? This happened like 4 or 5 times. At a certain point, I did it, and the same thing happened. 4 or 5 times, security would come in.
4 or 5 times? What?
See these people doing this, and then walk out and do nothing.
Man, we kicked out people that vaped. We've had to kick out people that were way too drunk. Had to kick out people that were fighting in the lobby really loud. After Creed 2. Creed 2 got people feeling it away, man. Because they got out of Creed 2 and there was just a large group of people. And then somebody called somebody's mama a hoe. And it just went down from there. Things went wild. So, you know.
Oh. And then nothing was done about it. And I'm just sitting here like, what the fuck? Like, I used to run a movie theater. I used to manage a movie theater, right? And if somebody was being disruptive while you were at that theater, I fucking took care of it.
Yeah. That was always me. If somebody was just like, hey, somebody's doing something, like you didn't want to do it, but you know, you deliver when you got to.
Come get me. Somebody's talking, somebody's on their phone. I will come right in there. Hey, I'm gonna need you to stop talking. I'm gonna need you to put your phone away. This is your one warning. If I have to come back in here again and talk to you about it, you will be removed and there will be no refund. Easy as that. Solved it every time. And if they continue to do it, then
you do it, and then what do you know? The actions had consequences. Woo.
We removed them. I mean, that's your job. That's a part of the job. So after this most recent incident, and again, this is the most recent. This has happened so many times. I actually emailed the theater, and I can count on one hand the number of times I've actually like emailed a business. Usually,
man, I never emailed. I would walk up to customer service and straight ass tell them everything. And, you know, while most of the time it didn't really result in any different changes and stuff like that, I did look at one lady once. I explained to her, you know, what was going on as far as like it was an audio visual presentation problem. I explained it to him, and then like I could just see on the look of her face, because I dealt with it on the other side of that. I just looked at her and go, and out loud I said, yeah, I'd hate me too, but here it is. You needed to know.
Really just like, fuck it, whatever, just walk away. I emailed them and told them what happened. And I outlined saying like, hey, this makes me really not want to return to your theater.
They told you to fuck off?
Because you guys aren't going to enforce these rules and you're just going to let anybody do whatever they want. And they responded with, whoops, sorry about that. Here's a couple free movie tickets.
Yep, that's the best they do for you. See if they can throw those down there. But I've been just like this, man. And again, I was an AMC A list, or it was Movie Pass or whatever. And so I would do this and I would tell them, and they'd be like, well, here's a free movie ticket. I'm like, what you don't understand is I don't want this. What I want is for you to fix the problem. That's what we want. We don't want free tickets. We want you to do your job, enforce things, and make shit better, please.
I have AMC A list, you dumb motherfucker.
Yeah.
I said that in the email. I get 4 tickets a week.
It's like your extra free tickets mean nothing.
Throwing me a couple other ones doesn't fix this issue. That does nothing for me.
That's what they think, though. And I'll be honest. I'm going to be honest with you. That was my solution for most people when I was working. Now I was working at Regal. I'll say that. But yeah, I would definitely be trying to solve problems by just handing out free movie tickets and stuff, because half the time that's what people were looking for. Unlike this guy and people like me who actually want change.
People to shut up. So I've never understood this in general. Do you know how expensive movies are now? And you paid all this money. Let's just say the ticket alone is just $20. You paid minimum $20 to have a conversation with a person. A conversation. Do you know how many things in this world are free?
It's unbelievable. You pay $20 and you go, I think I need to check out what's on my phone.
Free? Like truly 100% free. There's only like 3 of them. Sleep, conversation, something else. But a conversation, a thing that is intrinsically 100% free. You chose to pay money for that. And not only pay money for that, you chose to pay money to do something that's free and also ruin everybody else's night.
Yeah, it's like they pay to have their living room and other people be in it. It's very, very strange, these people.
Fuck you.
Amen. Who is that behind you? You might not be able to see it on on mobile. Because it looks like he's on, or is he on mobile? Yeah, you're on mobile, so I don't even know how you're going to see him. There he is. Bronson, what are you doing, bud? You're boring. You're boring, Daddy. You boring as hell. I don't care. These TikToks are dumb. And you ain't even halfway through. You suck. Agreed, Bronson. Agreed. What's next?
If Steven Spielberg had stopped at 10 films, we wouldn't have Jurassic Park, Schindler's List, or The Fabelmans.
All right, listen, I like The Fabelmans well enough, but like that's a weird third one to put in there. So Jurassic Park and Schindler's List, both the exact same year, and then The Fabelmans, travel all the way to, what is it, 2022, something like that? Seems a little interesting.
If Martin Scorsese had stopped at 10 films, we wouldn't have Goodfellas, The Departed, or Killers of the Flower Moon.
Again, what are we doing here? But so is the next director going to have 3 bad movies? Because Goodfellas, good. The Departed, I understand why people like The Departed, but like, let's be honest, Infernal Affairs is a better movie. Has a better ending. It does. And Killers of the Flower Moon, I just, I didn't need 3 hours telling me about how being white was bad. So I it's just like, it seemed like a homework assignment, and I didn't want a homework assignment. I wanted a movie assignment. Same thing with The Irishman. I watched like 10 minutes of The Irishman, and I was just like, I can't do this CGI. It looks so bad. Everything is so wrong about it. You got these young looking faces, but their bodies move like 80-year-old men. It was terrible.
And if Christopher Nolan had stopped at 10 films, we wouldn't have Oppenheimer or The Odyssey.
Well, we don't have The Odyssey yet, so there you go.
It's not ridiculous to suggest that filmmaking evolves and
I think I know where he's going with this.
Might even improve with age, experience, and perspective. Embrace the uncertainty. Surrender to that creativity.
I just realized he's wearing a Jar Jar shirt. I think that means his opinion isn't valid.
The legacy can be written later.
See, I knew that's what he was. I knew that's where he was going when he mentioned the 10th number. I understand what Tarantino wants to do, just doing 10 to kind of, again, he said it many a times where the old man directors, and he's knocking on the door. He's in his 60s at this point. But the old men directors and stuff, they can kind of peter out. And do you want to peter out, or do you want to go out with a bang and, go out and have everybody just go like, man, that guy maybe not a perfect filmography, but a damn fine, interesting one, and never got to the point where we were just like, oh God, look at him still trying to be hip and cool and with it and all that shit. It doesn't look like we're going to get that era, and I think that's a good thing. Bronson, how do you feel about the death of Blue the Bloodhound and Cool Hand Luke? Not a fan. I don't like it. No dogs dying on the screen, please. And if they do, it's the movie All Dogs Go to Heaven.
Oh, I think I'll take a walk every day now the summer.
Look at this. I didn't necessarily mean to put this into TikTok Trash Tuesday because I just saved the video on my phone and sent it to Sweet Shanzi because I know how he's an interiors kind of guy, and he told me specifically, I have been looking my entire life for a house with this staircase in it. And so I knew he would enjoy this video, and perhaps you will as well. Look at the design in this joint, man. It's unreal.
Show me the way.
And this is probably going to get copy struck. So this is going to be the only time that we see it. We'll have to cut it out of the show afterwards because that's how this fucking works.
Be happy now. I just can't stay inside all day. I gotta get out, give me some of those
I don't know what voice I'm doing. Oh my word, so cool. What's next?
Of these genres of movies, and they tell the truth.
Movie hero slop ?
Okay, they tell the truth. All right, now you'll have to do several samplings and figure it out from different channels all over. and figure something out. But things are divisive right now, and they're, as far as DC goes, and they're more divisive than they were when Snyder was doing it.
Oh my God, are we still on Zack Snyder? Are we still slobbing that dude's knob? This is unbelievable, people. Y'all have got to stop this Snyder worship here, man. He's like, I don't dislike him as much as it might feel like I do, but come on. We got to get real here. He's a mid-tier director at best.
So, to me, I think, well, if you've pretty much split the fandom 60-40, 70-30, give them both what they want. You got
they don't, but that's the problem. They don't really want either of them. I gotta say, HMP moving from hero movie podcast to half-ass movie podcast was done at just the right time, man. You know, we had a decade of HMP Volume 1. It was lovely, but it was time to kind of give up the ghost. And as much as we really did enjoy, you know, those 600 plus episodes there, that really was a lot of fun. The writing was kind of on the wall for a bit, where it was just like, hey, and I didn't want to have to be the first person to bring it up because I was sure they were just like, see, he wants to go do something, but no, it was other guys and stuff too. I was just one of those like, I'm finally glad somebody was able to say it. Because we were just getting inundated with superhero movies that, let's be honest, the return on investment for us wasn't continuing to be there. And like we'd gone through, and again, within a decade, you go through so many superhero films, over 600 episodes of stuff. So we'd clearly seen damn near, I don't want to say everything because there were still some gaps in there to be sure. But we saw a whole bunch of stuff, and especially we saw, I don't even want to say all the new stuff because we just got over inundated with stuff. It was insane. There was too much things going on, and that also led to the amount of things, most of those with which not being of high quality.
DC Light, DC Dark, with Snyder doing the.
But people aren't going to see the movies. That's the problem. You can have this kind of like idea and try to please two masters, but neither of them give a shit. They really don't. They say they do, but it proves out that they don't.
Darker take. And he had a arc anyway for Superman, for him to start out troubled and confused about what it would really be like to be a godlike superhero, the fears that would come from people, the misjudging him, and the problems with feeling that out and learning to live that way, but he would eventually become the more, seeing the good in everyone. And the shining sun that he's supposed to be, that beacon of light. Eventually, he would become that by the end.
Yeah, I don't know. It's again, I'm so glad that we left that chapter behind. I had a fun time, really, really big blast. Don't regret a second of it. But I'm glad we kind of shifted gears when we did.
I don't care about live action photography. I can do my work without any of it.
See, this is a George Lucas mentality right here.
Right? I work with the actors, and then we create.
Now, that's not a George Lucas thing, because he don't even want to be working with the actors. He's just like, can I just do it in post, please? I'd like to do it in post and not have to worry about anything. I want to have my own insular little thing, and the rest of you bozos can just get out of my way.
A hyper-real, photoreal look after the fact. I don't need practical sets anymore.
Yeah. Oh, I don't need it anymore. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
I haven't used them since Titanic. And if I were doing Titanic tomorrow, I probably wouldn't do it the way I did it back then.
I'd do it. I'd be a lazy piece of shit, and it would all look bad. It probably would, dude. Like, there's certain bits of it that would look great and better, but there's certain bits of it I think that would look worse.
So I happen to not agree with that hypothesis. Film is the art of illusion. It's always been the art of illusion, from Georges Méliès on, through George Pal, Ray Harryhausen, down through Stanley Kubrick, down through, Steven Spielberg.
No one said, but here's the thing. All of those things were done in a more, say, for like your CGI dinosaur right here, most of those were done in interesting practical ways. They were magic tricks, but they were magic tricks that they had to develop. They weren't magic tricks that they developed with a flick of a button. That's the difference. And even then, like with Jurassic Park and stuff like that, they were still basically using a lot of the stop motion and stuff to kind of track how they would put these dinosaurs in there and everything. So that's why they look as good as they do. So you do the best work by marrying all the things together and making them work as a unit, as a whole. I'm worried about Avatar right now because did you guys realize that Avatar comes out this weekend? You saw the one trailer and that was it. I don't know how well this movie's going to do. I don't hear anybody talking about it. The one trailer I saw, when I saw the trailer, the one time that I saw it, which was in a movie theater, it looked really good. But like with it coming out this week, am I excited about it? Am I looking forward to it? I don't know. I don't even know if I'm going to go watch it. I think I might try, but I don't know, you know.
Jurassic Park, all of those things, those dinosaurs don't really exist.
Oh, no shit.
So what's real?
So what's real? All three of these people right here, this entire plate that's going on. There's one element in this that isn't real, James. Whereas your movie, the opposite was true. You'd have 95% fake stuff and then one real person inside of it. And it's like, what's the point? Who cares?
How are you going to do a Brachiosaurus that's 80 feet tall? Practically, it's not going to happen. So yeah, you're talking to the wrong guy. You should probably talk to Chris Nolan about that hypothesis.
And Chris Nolan would probably skunk you on it too, but all right. He's so full of himself. I'd love to have dinner with the man though.
There's this guy obsessed with Titanic on VHS on
Some of you know where this is going. Let's roll.
TikTok, and he has over 5,000 copies. Best believe I drove 2 hours to bring this copy.
He's got 5,000 copies. I don't know if he needs one more.
Okay, I brought you something. I don't know if you have this or not.
Ooh, Titanic on VHS.
And it's this voice that he puts on, and it's like, it's this wild character that he's kind of put together. It's this whole like ordeal to, you know, putting together all this Titanic on VHS. But again, as I've often said, when you get to a point, who's the joke on?
It's the good stuff.
There's Jack Small.
See what I mean?
This is absolutely fantastic. The walls are just lined with T.
Why?
On V. Titanic. That looks like my cat. And there he is, JD Jack Dawson. And up top is Jack Longson.
Like, who is this for?
So many different copies of Titanic on VHS. Okay, so I'm looking through all this stuff.
Again, look at this. So much effort. Who's the joke on?
But if you look at the VHS tapes, Jack Christmas.
Like, I'm glad she's getting some enjoyment out of it. I would look at this and be like, this is so fucking stupid.
I literally can't. This is incredible. Got the door over here. James Cameron.
Look at it. Again, it's like, who's the joke on? Maybe it gets asses in the door. I don't know.
And just all the T on V. That's Jack Monkeyson. The Book of Jacks with everybody's letters and notes in them.
Oh my God. What the fuck is happening?
That's so cool. That was quite an adventure, and I got 4 magnets. And yes, his initials are actually JD. And I think I scared him because I was fangirling pretty hard over all the Titanic on VHS stuff. Titanic on VHS!
Listen, God bless. God bless anybody that can, that can do it. Not for me, though, but boy, oh boy. Holy cow. What's next?
It's a very sad day in Hollywood today as we just lost a legend. Director Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle were found stabbed to death in their home Sunday in an apparent double homicide. And while police have yet to confirm it, multiple sources close to the family have told People magazine that their son Nick Reiner killed his parents. Rob Reiner was a true icon in the entertainment business. The son of Carl Reiner, Rob first broke out as Meathead on the sitcom All in the Family. But he'd go on to direct classic movies including This Is Spinal Tap, Stand By Me, The Princess Bride, When Harry Met Sally, Misery, A Few Good Men, The American President, and The Bucket List. His final film was this year's Spinal Tap sequel, The End Continues. He also continued acting, appearing recently in The Bear and New Girl. But he was also an extremely important producer. His Castle Rock production company made movies like City Slickers, The Shawshank Redemption, The Green Mile, Miss Congeniality, and Michael Clayton, plus all of Christopher Guest's improvised comedies. And on TV, Castle Rock produced Seinfeld, Mission Hill, and The Single Guy. Reiner was nominated for 1 Oscar Best Picture for A Few Good Men. He won 2 Emmys for All in the Family, and he was nominated for 3 DGA Awards, 3 PGA Awards, and 9 Golden Globes. He will certainly be missed.
Man, what a wild couple days it's been going on here and everything. But yeah, man, Rob Reiner, like Alex actually messaged me on TikTok and was just like, Rob Reiner and his wife got killed. And I was like, what the hell is going on here, man? This is insane. And then you find out that more than likely, it seems like it was his own kid that did it. And then you hear on top of that, that it all kind of started with an argument between him and Bill Hader at somebody's Christmas party. I forget whose Christmas party it was. But it's one of those when you hear the name of the Christmas, you're like, you were at, this guy's Christmas party? And interesting. Horribly, horribly sad, dude. Rob Reiner, just one of those guys that was just, in Hollywood forever, comes from Hollywood, royalty there and everything. A true Nepo baby of all of them, if we're honest. But yet followed it up with a hell of a lot of talent there, as you saw with the kind of lineup of films there and everything. The man put out a lot of really great work, and a lot of work that I think, oddly enough, went uncredited to him nearly as much. I don't think he got nearly as much credit for a lot of the really good things that he put on screen and stuff like that. I think a lot of people look to a lot of actors and a lot of writers and stuff. Everybody talks about William Goldman with Princess Bride and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, man, if Reiner's there not putting it together and making it look good and stuff like that, it all falls apart, doesn't it? But yeah, man, one heck of a legacy. It's super sad to see it go this way, but my goodness gracious. Rough one. Rough one. I'm not going to go into any kind of weird speculations or anything else like that. But what I do think that we need to do is remember the man's work, as kind of he put it out there. He's a funny guy, and I think a very talented director. And wow, will be missed.
It's a very sad day in Hollywood.
I think I've seen every major horror movie that came out this year. So here is the 2025
Conan O'Brien's Party. There you go. I knew it was somebody. I knew it was a wild one that was just like, huh? Well, there you go. Well, I told you the son did it. Well, then you are the best, Alex. You are correct.
Horror movie report card. Sinners, A+.
I would give Sinners a B+. I know that's not popular. I know a lot of people would hate on that, but it is what it is, and I is correct.
Obviously, we can move on.
Obviously.
I'm giving 28 Years Later an A. I'm sorry, haters. The movie's good.
I give it a B-, but considering I hated the first 2 28 movies, that's a hell of a good score for me, as a matter of fact.
I didn't really vibe with the monkey too much, so I'm going to go with a C.
Ooh, I disagree. The monkey, I would go a solid B on the monkey. Good enough time. Oh, Companion, A-.
Companion was a solid horror movie, so I'm giving it a solid B. I really
The Long Walk I didn't see because it seemed like such an idea that I was just like, oh, who gives a shit?
Like The Long Walk, I think it's great. So I'm going A- on this one. I am a fan of body horror. I enjoy.
Okay. Together, I've seen this one. I would say I'm going to go a solid B on Together. I keep hitting this fucking Defending Your Life Blu-ray instead of the trackpad. I keep going. It's not working.
Enjoy together, so another B. Clown in a Cornfield, not as bad as some people were saying.
A lot of people hate on this one. I haven't seen it. One of the problems that I have, and one of the reasons that I haven't seen it, is because you can watch it on Shudder, and I like Shudder. I've been a subscriber to Shudder for quite a very long time here. But the quality on Shudder sucks, guys. Shudder, get your shit together, man. The streaming quality stinks most of the time. The sound is stereo and stereo only. What are we doing? I know I'm only paying $6 a month for it, but like, how about we get it together, eh?
I'm thinking a C is in order. I think I enjoyed the Black Phone 2.
I didn't like the Black Phone 1, so Black Phone 2 was not on my radar to be disappointed a second time.
More than most people. Ice Skating Grabber was a ton of fun. I'm going to go B+. I also think people are sleeping on how good Final Destination Blood.
Ooh, I'd say that was a B+.
Lines was, so another B+. The Ugly Stepsister, I've been singing the praise of this movie all year long.
Didn't see it, heard some things about it.
Another B+ or A-, maybe B+. And oddly enough, I wasn't super high on Bring Her Back like a lot of...
Oh, you're wrong on that one. That's at least an A-. Maybe, no, I'm solid A, solid A.
A lot of people were, however, I still enjoyed it, so I'm thinking B+. So far, not too shabby, but hold on to your butts.
Here comes all the crap, most of which I probably haven't seen. You notice how I saw most of these movies here. My guess is I won't be seeing a lot of this other crap at the back.
Opus, C-.
No.
What happened here? Death of Unicorn is so bad. D or D-, it doesn't matter. Talk about disappointing. Him is probably in the D+ to C- range.
See, I knew that was good when they were like from producer Jordan Peele. I'm like, you're not gonna fool me, gang.
Let's go C-. There were things here that did work. Hard Eyes, maybe.
I liked Hard Eyes. I thought Hard Eyes was really good. I'm gonna go good solid B+ on Hard Eyes.
C+ or B-. I kind of forgot this one came out this year, but I didn't hate my...
It was a lot of fun. I had so much fun with it. For like, if you like My Bloody Valentine, if you enjoy that, Hard Eyes is right up your alley.
Time with it. Hell of a Summer, C. It was fine. Keeper, I'm going C+, which is probably higher than most people. You're probably thinking like D or F. Dangerous Animals, fun movie.
I keep seeing the poster for it and hadn't watched it.
Sharks and Jai Courtney, I'm thinking a B. The Gorge, here we go.
Oh, I thought The Gorge was... I give The Gorge a C.
I'm going to go with a C-. Had a lot of potential that it did not live up to.
I agree.
Conjuring Last Rites, I'm going to go C. I think the last couple of these have been borderline bad, and not a lot of people want to admit that, and I get it. Control Freak, I think I'm the only person who saw this movie. I'm going to go C-. Woman in the Yard, C-. Silent Night, Deadly Night comes out later this week. It's fine.
Well, listen, it's fine is better than awful, I suppose.
I think a C is appropriate. Wolfman, more like Wolfman. I think I made...
Ooh, he went Gene Shalit on your ass.
That joke before, but the sentiment still stands. It's getting a D. Until Dawn, I did not like this movie.
I liked Until Dawn. I thought Until Dawn was pretty good. I would say that's a solid B for me.
All bark, no bite, hollow, safe. I'm giving it a D. I almost went D.
A lot of the people that graded this movie played the game. I did no such thing, so I had no such attachments.
D- though. I know what you did last summer, the 2025 version.
Didn't see it. Why would I? What's the point? I saw the first one. I saw the second one. And after that, fool me once.
And last time, I think I gave it a D. I was being generous. I'm going D-. It could be F+, but I'm going to go D-. Five Nights at Freddy's fans turn away because I'm giving Five Nights at Freddy's 2 an F+. But you know what? If the fans are happy, then that's all that matters. I guess. Fear Street Prom Queen gets a solid F. What a bad movie.
Man.
And then there's The Strangers Chapter 2, which gets the very elusive and infamous F-. In my opinion, the worst horror movie of the year. I cannot believe they're making...
Yeah, these are both like, and we mentioned this on HMP this week. The Strangers Chapters 1 and 2 are both directed by Rennie Harlan. Who knew that?
Making a third one. So for 2025 horror, I'm sure you could crunch the numbers and get the most accurate mathematical answer, but based on vibes alone, feels like it was a C+ year, which is not terrible, but kind of disappointing.
That's all right. I would listen. The many of the ones that I've seen this year, I've had a very good time with. Let's see here. Need to know why you didn't care for the black phone sometime, Adam. I really enjoyed it in some way. For me, the problem with the black phone was it just felt like we were sitting in that basement and doing nothing forever. It felt like it didn't feel like anything was ominous. And it just felt like, just ignore the phone. I don't know. For whatever reason, it just didn't work for me. And I'm a fan of the writer and director and everything, but it just didn't work for me. And like, I'm like, is he supposed to be scary? Because I ain't scared. I ain't scared. I had so much fun with Hard Eyes, and I showed it to a few people, and all I heard were complaints. Ain't that how it goes, though? What's next?
I think this is an example of a perfect film, and I don't use that term lightly. I don't know that I've seen 10 movies in my life that I would call perfect.
Ooh, that's an interesting quandary we've got there. Perfect movie. Now, I think that I could point out to a couple things in Aliens that makes it an unperfect movie. We're looking at one of them right now, Newt. They mostly come out at night. Mostly. Ugh. So bad.
1986's Aliens actually got nominated for 7 Academy Awards and won 2 in technical categories. I think it should have at least gotten a nomination for Best Picture. I think the fact that there have been multiple poorly received sequels and spin-offs in the years since has kind of watered down the reputation of that film. But they also demonstrate how above and beyond James Cameron's team went.
Yeah, but I mean, like, listen, if you didn't have Ridley Scott, then you wouldn't have any of this shit. So, like, who's really to pat on the back?
If in the wake of that 1978 film, they had asked somebody to come in and just write a sequel where the only gimmick is there's a bunch of aliens instead of just one, I think that would have been seen as one of the easiest jobs in Hollywood because that original film gives you so much to work with. Mm-hmm. So it would have been very easy to be, if not lazy, then at least basic with it. Because if you just start with the fact that you've been given a couple of fantastic creature designs, including this thing with the mouth inside of its mouth, and this thing that violates your face, and the fact that all of them have acid for blood, and just the general look and atmosphere of these films, where space is portrayed as being dim and cramped and clammy
and then James Cameron opens it up from a 2:3:5 aspect ratio to a 1:8:5 aspect ratio. Makes you go, what? What a mistake.
Drippy. All of this does so much for the tension. If a creative team had just taken those elements, added multiple aliens, and just added the queen and the concept of the hive where the victims are stuck to the walls to be receptacles for the eggs. Mm-hmm. If they did that and nothing else, that alone would have made people regard it as a successful sequel.
That's very true.
I mean, kids, you understand, this is entirely a pre-CGI creation.
It's a full-ass Stan Winston puppet, everybody.
Oh. This is a puppet. James Cameron had all of that and then went so far above and beyond that it's almost absurd. Just the invention of the Space Marine. Do you understand? That's where this came from. This was taken from Aliens. This is so iconic and became so common across the world of video games.
It is one of those things that it does feel like this has just always been there, right? Space Marines, duh.
Games that when people go back and watch this film, they probably think it's a cliche. In 1986, it wasn't. But then there's a fact that all of this serves the story. None of it is just there for the cool factor. The first part of the film has to build up these guys and their tech and their weapons and make them look invincible. Specifically so that it will be such a massive gut punch when they finally encounter the aliens and all of it fails them. And then you have elements like this motion tracker gadget. There are horror screenwriters out there who, if they had just come up with this and no other gimmick for their film, would have been proud of themselves. This perfect murder.
It's a good point. That would be the crux of an entire movie. This is like the ghost-o-meter or something like that.
Merger of prop and effects and sound design. with this piercing, shrieking gadget signaling their doom. It's like a heartbeat.
That's inside the room. It's reading right, man. Look.
There are other screenwriters out there who, if they had just come up with this gimmick, would have patted themselves on the back. Where in that initial ambush from the aliens, the officers have to watch it play out as a found footage horror, where everybody's got these grainy cameras stuck to their helmets and their vital signs displayed above it. And the perfect horror that plays out where they watch the disaster here and they're helpless to do anything about it. And then on top of all of that, adding the emotional core of motherhood here, where the creature they're taking on, this alien queen, is a mother herself. So you have this weird parallel. And adds this whole additional element where you've got all of these badass soldiers, but now they've got this to protect. And on top of all of that, this film has that rarest of elements in horror, which is characters who are smart and competent and who make decisions that make sense. When they encounter the aliens for the first time and get their butts kicked, they actually do the thing that we all scream at families to do in haunted house movies, which is they say, hey, we're going to get out of here. Every time they get thwarted, there's a good reason for it.
Oh, because Paul Reiser's a baby.
Even the evil weasel character who's trying to help the aliens, there's a reason he's doing what he's doing, and he has a specific plan. And then, after all of that, after making this incredible death-defying escape as the planet blows up behind them, knowing that if the credits rolled right there, it would have been considered an all-time sci-fi horror classic, the Queen jumps out and we get a bonus fourth act where Ripley has to fight it wearing a mech suit. I'll say it again. If another creative team had just come up with this sequence and tacked it onto an otherwise unremarkable movie,
you'd say it was one of the best movies of all time, for fucking sure.
That alone would have gotten them declared legends in the genre.
Agreed.
If it sounds like some of us are kind of down on the Avatar franchise, it's because we know what else James Cameron is capable of. But he's decided to spend the rest of his life doing just that. But then again, after making this film, he doesn't owe me anything.
He owes me a good time, damn it. Getting mad. I think the concept of Space Marines was introduced by I can't. What's that in the? Okay, sure, right, maybe. Well, like that didn't help me. That didn't help me spell shit there, now did it? There. Oh, James Cameron stole something from somebody. That don't sound like James Cameron. I know. Because didn't he steal the idea for Terminator from a black lady, who also like came up with the Matrix and a whole bunch of other sci-fi things. She spoiler alert, she ain't come up with none of that shit. She crazy. I saw this movie and that's mine. I did that. I wrote that. No, you didn't. Yeah, I did. Alex, congratulations, my friend. A TikTok you sent me got onto TikTok Trash Tuesday. Pow, got you, buddy.
Godzilla versus Kong Tree at the library.
Man, I just remember Sam Rockwell dancing around to that in Charlie's Angels before we knew who the hell Sam Rockwell was. She's insane, but fun to listen to. Oh, fuck. Hold on. God damn it. I go to hit the play button and it hits the backwards button. Hold on. We'll get there. We're moving. We're shaking. So I don't want to pass it too fast. We just saw that one. Okay, I was about to say. Jeez, Portress, get it together, man. All right, we're just gonna watch from here. Okay, here we go.
I just watched Die Hard for the first time, and I know that I'm 37 years late to this.
First of all, okay, 37 years late. I thought she was going to say she's 37 years old. I'm just like, girl, you do not look no 37 years old. She looks pretty. I was about to say, holy moly on this one, but yeah, Die Hard's pretty great.
Party cannot believe I have not watched it before. The cinema, the lines, the plot, everything. It was like...
Lady, do I sound like I'm ordering a fucking pizza?
So freaking good. I was sat for 2 hours and 15 minutes straight, not a single other thought in my mind than, what
It's so good.
is going to happen to my man, John McClane, and the I don't know what the tower's called. Just
Nakatomi.
watched it. Yeah, fantastic. Also, it is a Christmas movie. Like, if
Without Christmas, Die Hard would not exist. The movie wouldn't exist. John McClane would have zero reasons to go to L.A. Ergo, it would not exist. He would not be there. And if they just were, trying to infiltrate this place on any other day, movie would have never happened.
Amazon Prime's going to call that new dog movie Merv a Christmas movie, and if Netflix is going to call Champagne Problems a Christmas movie, those are just events that happen at Christmas time. If the Let It Snow plays over the credits, that's a Christmas movie. Thank you.
No, disagree on that, but
Everyone, if you have not been blessed by Die Hard, especially if you like action movies at all, literally run, and they've like remastered it or whatever, so it doesn't look like crappy old movie.
it still looks worse than it should. I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, as the owner of Die Hard on 4K, very disappointed. Very disappointed. Y'all need to go back to the original negatives and start doing a good, proper, because they haven't done it. They have not done it. Die Hard has been one of the laziest physical media releases ever over the years. They have not done shit to really help that movie out. It's kind of a shame. I haven't read. Okay, you guys are talking about a fucking sci-fi reader. Books. You don't bring books into this movie. TikTok Trash Tuesday.
Highly recommend. I was so fucking sad.
Oh boy, we talk
Christmas classic.
a lot about how good actors can make a bad script better, or a good script can make a bad movie and actors better. And I think the Christmas classic on Netflix might be the perfect example.
Wow. So like Netflix is doing essentially Hallmark Christmas movies and stuff now?
Malin Ackerman is going back to her hometown outside Santa Fe to try to buy the ski resort owned by Ryan Hansen.
Oh man, that sounds terrible.
Her sister is Amy Smart, and she thinks she's the best thing since sliced bread.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen, huh, kids?
So there is tension all around. Ryan's character says he will sell her this resort if she wins the Christmas Classic.
That's how most business plans get done. It's just like, hey, you win this, you can buy this place from me.
Honored tradition in the town made up of a lot of dumb little fun Christmassy traditions. Can she beat her sister who's won the last 10 years? It's not a good sign when my number one thought throughout this movie was it's a big ski resort that the whole town uses, but apparently there's not a hotel. I've never heard of that. I don't know how you would have a resort of any
I don't know enough about skiing
kind that no one could stay at. The story is predictable. The writing is not great. There are some really tough line reads, and yet this cast of characters pulls it off.
Huh.
It's 1.5 stars, and that
they pull it off. 1.5 stars.
half star is for the good effort everyone put in.
And a little extra half star just because you tried a little bit. We see you. We see you out here trying just a little bit.
I cannot recommend this movie, but maybe there's a drinking game we could figure out. You know, every time Malin Ackerman is exasperated or Amy Smart tells everybody to be better.
Be better.
That might make it a little bit more fun.
Maybe not. Maybe not. We all know Adam can't read. We have 10 years of HMP to prove that point. How dare you? Forgive Adam Heineken. That's what I'm going to call him. Our Lord of Sci-Fi Heaven. He knows not what he says. Man, fair enough. I only know Michael Crichton.
Some of the best movie trailers give you a handful of images, possibly surrounding familiar actors, but never really answers the potential audience's queried reaction.
Which I think is a good thing. I think we need more of that. I think we need trailers that that give people a chance to go, what is this? maybe I'll go and research it. Maybe I'll see, we need things that'll intrigue us. The things that I think are good are like your Star Wars teaser trailers and stuff like that, which are usually essentially just random, like quick 3 or 4 second shots from scenes, maybe even quicker shots than that, from scenes with some Star Wars music. It gives you the feel of Star Wars. It makes you go, oh, look, Star Wars is happening. I think I like Star Wars. This trailer makes me think Star Wars and hype for Star Wars. And the majority of people that want to go see a Star Wars movie, guess what? They're just going to go see one. All they need is just a little bit of juice. Just get them flowing a little bit, man. That's all you need to do. And, that's why I said all of the last Star Wars movies, I just watched the teaser trailer. It had me go like, oh, this is what we're in for? Dope. Don't need to see any more. And it's usually turned out to be a good thing for me.
What is going on in this film? What is this about? And why? Now, that's precisely what this trailer for The Thing with Feathers sharply gives us in just 1 minute. Who or what is the antagonist? Why does it seem to haunt the clear star of this film, Benedict Cumberbatch? Is it a fantasy, a mind-altering, creepy drama like, say, the 1991 Peter Weller movie Naked Lunch? A story that reminds...
I can think of 2 things wrong with that title.
...us of The Shining. Well, this trailer leaves all of that up to your speculation. And I think one of the things that's unique, on a side note, is Benedict Cumberbatch doing a horror-esque outing. Now, just when you're beginning to...
That does sound like a good thing. Like Benedict Cumberbatch in horror? I'm cool with that.
Think you've gotten a handle on what's happening. The trailer abruptly ends because any more would or could be overkill. This looks like a fascinatingly creepy movie, and the trailer certainly grabbed my attention. The Thing with Feathers was released in theaters in the U.S. on November 28th and will be streaming very soon on Amazon Prime and Apple.
What a great job they did telling us it exists, huh? Yay, Hollywood, showing us why they are going down the proverbial toilet. I like, you guys have zero survival instincts. It's amazing.
TV Plus. So keep an eye out for it, because for sure I will.
The Thing with Feathers, coming soon to all of the streaming services near you. That is it, everybody. We got to the end of another TikTok Trash Tuesday. Not too bad. Not too bad. It could have been better. Could have been worse, I suppose. That's how it always kind of goes here. So that's it for this week. If you got a TikTok, send me one. Send me one. Be like Alex over here who sent me a TikTok and actually got it on the show. Look at that. That is not an invitation for you to send me a billion bullshits, Alex. That it just really isn't. But again, thank you guys for coming in, hanging out, and all that kind of good stuff. And things have changed around a little bit with the job and stuff like that, and I'm going to be getting out of work a lot earlier in the day than I normally would, and that will also give me more time to do more things. And one of the things that I want to do within all of that said time is to do more live streams where I'm not just doing just TikTok stuff, but react to other things, and then maybe we'll put other ancillary videos and things like that together. But as is the plan right now, I want to come back here tomorrow around 1. I'm thinking, again, don't hold me to this. Don't hold my feet to the fire on this one. But I'm thinking tomorrow around 1 p.m. Eastern, come back here and just do some streaming. I got some videos and stuff that I've been looking at and kind of want to do like a little reaction and stuff too. And like I said, I think we need some more time on the stick here, a little more time on the mic, doing some live streaming and stuff like that, and hopefully getting some more people out there and hitting that like and subscribe button, all that kind of good stuff. And if you haven't at this point, I know YouTube bozos better have done it. Otherwise, it's Knuckle Sandwich City over here. But do that for me as well and hit that like and subscribe button, all that kind of good stuff. And remember, Sunday evening, 8 p.m. right here on H&P, we are talking Gremlins from 1984. It's Christmas time, and we're asking, is this a Christmas movie? And of all the is this a Christmas movies we're reviewing this month, Gremlins is the closest to an actual Christmas movie, and that's why we put it right on that their Christmas week and everything. So do check out all of that kind of good stuff. And again, check me out here tomorrow and maybe some other days and in the weeks coming and stuff like that. I hope to do more streaming, and we hope to have more of you there in the meantime. That is it, everybody. Join me next week for another TikTok Trash Tuesday. And we'll see you next time. Where's my lo-fi button? There it is. See you next week, everybody.